Hello, my name is Sarah Grayston, and I'm here to talk to you about some research that I've been carrying out for my ongoing doctoral research project. The part of the project I want to present here is the use of remote proctoring in higher education. Remote proctored assessments are typically taken at home or another remote location, and the assessment software uses the test taker's camera to verify their identity and to monitor them during the test. The monitoring is normally either carried out by a live human remotely, or AI technology monitors the test taker during the test and flags any behaviour that may warrant further scrutiny. The study is informed by existing literature in the fields of digital assessment, surveillance, and AI ethics. In addition to this, my personal experiences as a learning technologist of using and implementing digital assessment platforms along with scholarly discussions have played a key role in developing this study. Within higher education, we have seen a significant shift towards digital assessments and technology-enabled learning and teaching. The use of technologies for assessment accelerated during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, when procuring and implementing quickly, like during the pandemic, we ensure that the legal and technical requirements are addressed. However, changes to practice and ethical implications take longer to uncover. What does the use of remote proctoring mean for assessment practice? What does it mean for those that are directly use the technology, students, teachers, and administrators? How is the technology changing what they do? This research project aims to raise critical questions about privacy, data ethics, and the implications these technologies have for our learning practices. Within the context of my study, digital surveillance refers to how data about students and staff, and by data I'm referring to everything from academic performance, personal data, roaming data to biometric information, how this data is collected, analysed and utilised by technology companies and educational institutions. Understanding this process is vital since it influences how education is delivered and experienced. While there is literature that addresses the topics of privacy, fairness, and effectiveness surrounding remote proctoring, a gap exists concerning how AI-driven decision-making processes affect practice and what the impact is for different groups and potentially for marginalised groups. My research aims to fill this gap by examining how these technical decisions influence various outcomes and by analysing the implications of commercial platforms used in higher education. In order to do this, I have a working overarching question that I seek to provide a response to. How is surveillance being enacted in pedagogical practices and decision making in higher education through the use of digital assessment? To answer this, I employed several research methods and created sub-questions that are based around the three topics on screen. First, I gathered qualitative data through interviews, engaging with teaching staff and administrators. This approach allows me to capture detailed users' accounts of how they use and interact with the software and their perspectives on digital assessments. Additionally, I conducted a detailed analysis of various digital assessment platforms, examining their features and how they impact users. This is complemented by a discourse analysis where I look at the conversation surrounding these technologies, what's been said publicly by the platforms and by users about remote proctoring solutions. Once the analysis of the preceding methods is complete, I will use the findings and the literature to create speculative future scenarios, short, written fictional stories about future assessment practice based on the data collected. We have moved from in-person invigilated exams to remote exam sat alone. So what next? By posing what-if questions, I aim to facilitate a safe space for educators to discuss the ethical implications of rapidly evolving technologies. The insights gained from this research, I believe, have significant implications. For educational institutions, they will help when considering different platforms and aid educators in ensuring that the appropriate measures are put in place to mitigate any undesired outcomes. For technology companies, the findings could provide essential feedback to help enhance their products and address concerns raised by users. In addition, the speculative scenarios might assist technology companies in exploring future product ideas and considering what the ethical implications of those ideas might be.